Jacques, just the intensity and the atmosphere today was something amazing. I think everyone felt it. Just on your side, what's the feeling like, after winning this? I know you must be a little cheesed off every time you have to play backs against the wall rugby, and then you finally come out winning. So could you just tell us a little bit about what's your thoughts on that?
I thought the atmosphere was awesome. I thought Cape Town came out like they always do. And the game, like I said in the previous weeks, we had a specific plan, and things didn't always go according to plan, but winning the series is obviously one of the big things that we were trying to achieve, and luckily it worked out for us this today.
I see, just on your, you obviously had a fantastic captain's performance today. You had a massive day. Could you tell us your thoughts on that? And then obviously Ian's 100, you got man of the match, I think. So could you touch on that as well?
No, thank you very much. I thought as a team we played today. We had so much to play for as a team, and I think, like Jacques said, a lot of people always have a lot to say, and we want people to engage, with others as a team, and people are allowed to have an opinion and criticize as a team because we know they care, and it's important. But we had a plan, the players knew, the whole squad knew what the plan was the first 2 games. We always want to learn while winning. It was a pity that we didn't win last week. We stuck to the plan this week, and we treated this like a final. Wales are a strong team. They've challenged us these past 2 games. We had just make it special for us as a team, for the country, but obviously for Evan and Bongi. And I'm grateful on how they didn't make it about themselves. They wanted the team to win first. That's obviously the best we can give to them. And they've been amazing for us as a team. We can never question their character or what this team means to them at all times. And I'm so grateful that I could be out there with both of them.
Jacques, and to see, I guess, it's almost like you save your best for finals. So at the 2019 World Cup final, excellent performance today, although maybe the execution wasn't always there, but the intent was certainly there. Why is that? It's almost like you must almost be facing the world and then you produce your best games.
I still think there's a lot for us to work on. I thought we created a lot of opportunities similar to last week, which we didn't capitalize. And like I mentioned last week after the game, the team we selected in every test, we selected the team because we thought they have the opportunity to beat Wales, and I thought we controlled the game well in the second test, but then due to lack of discipline and maybe not using all the opportunities, things didn't go our way. So no, listen, like Sia said, now it was a final for us, we just had to deliver. There wasn't an option of not delivering.
Sorry. Can you just comment on Chesi? We're on the block and it's a fractured jaw.
Yes, I'm not 100% sure, but that was the call when we were on the field. And obviously it's not ideal, especially when you go with a 6-2 split. A lot of people talk a lot about the bomb squad and having 6 forwards coming on, but it always comes at a risk. And it's not always ideal when you lose one of your backs, and especially a quality back like Cheslin so early on in the game. Then we probably would have loved to put Faf on a little bit earlier, but unfortunately we had to keep him back.
So, was there a sense of frustration? You created so many opportunities in the first half, and you weren't necessarily getting the rewards early on, and I think they conceded 5 penalties inside their 22 in the first 15 minutes. Were you a bit frustrated by that?
We were actually frustrated with ourselves for not taking the opportunities, but I had a good communication with the ref, and they explained every single time, and then they went through quite a long period without getting penalties, and they explained to me set piece and general play is 2 different things, because obviously we as players, we want consequences, to happen after that, but that's something that I think the past 2 games, they struggled. We created so many opportunities, but we never took them. But I thought today we took so much more than we did the past 2 games.
Jacques, I suppose that's the difference between the more experienced team with composure and not letting that get to them, and I suppose last week perhaps less experience.
Yeah, I thought last week we actually controlled the game nicely up to about 60-65 minutes. I think the score was 12-3, and like we said last week, there was a couple of opportunities where we could score tries. I think we lost the ball 4 times between the 5 meter and the try line, so literally within that 5 meter space, which was our own fault, and yeah, that's probably the beauty of experience. You know, they've been there before, yeah. So I thought the composure. We had a long conversation after last week. You know, we have to learn when we're in control of the scoreboard and there's 20 minutes left. How do we think? And we got a line like that. And I thought this week we were a lot more aligned and clinical in almost how to play when we have scoreboard pressure, and the type of style that we have to play to finish the game. I thought it was a lot better than last week. Not that they did poorly last week. They lost. Wales only took control of the scoreboard, I think, in 78 or 79 minutes, and then we still had a great restart, and we actually won the ball back. We had a scrum, and things just didn't go our way. So we put ourselves in a position to have a crack at maybe winning the game, but it didn't go our way.
Jacques, there's a word on the introduction of Quagga in the 39th minute, and the impact, we had a massive impact on the safety breakout. Just your thinking about that.
Yeah, listen, we always, all our players know, we sit with quality players on the bench. And I thought Jasper was phenomenal in the carries, and that long passages that we were inside the 22, which we didn't convert, and he just spent a lot of energy there, you know, and we thought, yeah, maybe to maybe counter their breakdown a little bit. Quagga was a good introduction into the game, and yeah, it was just a tactical decision that we made.
Jacques, what do you think you'll have to introduce to your game to beat the All Blacks? Is there anything that you think from this performance that you would have to step up certain areas?
Yes, I think there's a lot of to build still, Stephen. I think it's not a polished performance, like we said. I thought the set pieces functioned well, but still there was a couple of hiccups there. At scrum time, we're still getting used to the breakfoot thing. It's something that the Northern Hemisphere also struggled with in the Six Nations, and they got the hang of it, so we will get better at that. I think we will have to build a lot still in terms of where we are. I think there's if you look at the results currently, I think for spectator it's probably brilliant. You know, there's lots of competition within the top 10 nations of the world.
We must be proud of the defence performance. Wales struggled to gain momentum, especially between the two 15s. The team putting some positive tackles. Can you just comment on the defence, today's defence?
Yeah, on the defence, obviously it's something, I think we built that nicely. If you think the first test, I don't think our defence was probably the strongest department on the field. I thought we got better in the second test. I really thought that the team we selected, they really defended well. I think Wales scored, how many tries did they score in that game? 1 or 2, I'm not sure. But it was better than the first one. And then obviously today, look, there was passages where I felt we could have done better. I thought Wales had a good plan in terms of keeping the ball alive and not getting to breakdown, so we had to adjust a little bit at half time. But you can't fault the players in terms of how personal they made the collisions on defence, and that's all we can ask is, listen, when you get into a one-on-one battle, make it as personal as possible, and I thought they did that brilliantly.
At 17-14 they got a couple of penalties back and was getting tight, but guys showed good composure there, and we got the try, and the guys managed to close out the game.
I think Coach Jacques spoke to us, and you know, obviously we had the momentum in the first half, and he said they are going to get their moment in the game, and it's all about how long we allow it to be. and they got the 2 penalties, and we came in and we made a plan for the breakdown and said we just focus on the discipline because we were tackling very well. You know, we didn't think they would go over and score, but then we kept our discipline and we kept on going, and then we stuck to the plan, and then everything started swinging our way.
Jacques, can you, if you don't mind, just a word on Damien Willemse today, and how big he was, especially given he looked like he was battling with an injury for that whole second half. How serious, how courageous was that performance?
Yeah, no, I thought he stuck in well. You know, obviously, like I said, with losing Cheslin, then we had to move him into 12, and then almost the reshuffle of the back line. And then you sit with a quality player like Faf that can really bring intensity into the game, and you want to expose him to the game. But then Damien had a little bit of a knock in the game, and we weren't sure about Andre and his cramps. You know, haven't Montpellier, since he introduced or told them that he's going to move to Leicester, they basically just didn't play him at all. You know, so they just threw him out. So, which is not, I mean, it's up to them. I'm not criticizing that. But he hasn't had a lot of opportunity on the field. So for us, it was the catch-22. Will Damien last? Will Andre not get cramps again? And I thought both of them fought through the game, and that gave us the opportunity when the calls went on in terms of, listen guys, we want to get Faf on. How do you feel? They were, listen, we're good to go. So yeah, it gave us the opportunity to get Faf in the mix.
2 more questions, folks.
Sia, where is the team service? So Sia, we there's been damage to the like it's something about like catching the but score line that was
Budi, akufuneka sijonge sine camp before uqala championship, so sawujonga after le ngomso xa sidibana vele siyojonga kakuhle siyi-team, but into eyona nto besiyijongile kweziveki ezipheleyo ziyi-2 biyi-set piece yethu, and ndiyacinga namhlanje isebenze kakhulu and yenza i-impact enkulu. Once thina siyi-team sikwazi udominate i-scrum, sikwazi nodominate anymore. Once le nto isebenze yonke enye into iyaflowa kakuhle team, sikhaba on the front foot, omampimpi nochesele bayakwazi unyuka emoyeni and wonke umuntu bakwi-position. So okwangoku I think ndiyavuya sizilungisele ezo zinto, but sazijonge ezinye kule veki zayo. Iyobe kumandi kakhulu, but iyobe besibakhumbula last year ngoba sidlala ne-Lions. You know, ibe special, but xa abantu abangakapha ebaleni, especially ke xesha sikulo South Africa, yonke into kunzima, siku-load shedding and abantu bayastrugglisha uye emisebenzini because i-petrol prices zinkulu, but abantu still bathenga amatikiti bazosibukela and basi-encouragile kakhulu namhlanje, and siyavuya and siyabulela, and thina into ebalulekileyo sibabonisa ngolu hlobo sidlala ngalo.
And last one over here. Yes, Jacques, just for squad selection for going towards the rugby championship. I have asked you this before. I'd like to know the situation for now. You saw today Chesney was injured, but they have a whole reshuffle the back line. Is there a possibility that Paul could come in because he did play a Colin Black label game against Italy? Is there a possibility he could come in for the rugby championship?
Yeah, we'll probably reassess all the injuries in the next couple of days, and then as a selection group we'll probably sit within the next week and have a discussion in terms of our plan going forward into rugby championship. So yeah, there's a couple of guys that a guy like Kobus needs to pass an exit medical from Montpellier. There's Dwayne needs to pass an exit medical. There's a lot of guys that's busy with rehab. So we will probably sit and reassess. We didn't want to actually touch on that before this game. The biggest thing for us was just to focus on Wales and this specific game. We'll reassess it now in the early part of the week and probably going into back end of next week. Yeah.
Thanks everybody. We'll have Urban and Bongi will be coming up after the Welsh press conference. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. How are you, my friend? You good? Yeah. Long time. Good to see you. Thank you so much. I was going to ask you about